But just to get to a few of these fan questions, I wanna push on them. We'll probably answer one or two, and then we can go to what you was trying to talk about, because I really get active about what he was talking about. I really get active about that. But no, one of these fans asked, what do we think of the Percy Jackson series on Disney Plus? I know Donovan didn't watch it. I tried to get the first episode was cool. We gonna put it like that. First episode was cool, but then after that, it's like, all right, so I have no problem with making changes, like when you go from one medium to another, like making changes from the book, because there are things you have to change when going from a book to a TV series.
Right.
But when you're changing that, you cannot change the things that make the book so good. And the things that makes the book so good is the fact that it's suspenseful and there's a lot of plot twists and it's fun.
Right.
The TV show has none of that. There's no plot twist or anything. Like, one of the main keys, one of the main key points of the story is the fact that Percy's mom dies. He doesn't find out that she's actually dead until like the book is like 3/4 or like even half over. Right after she dies in the TV show, this Grover, who's his best friend, says, she's not dead. I've heard of this thing where it's like, how would he know that?
Right.
How would he know that? Like, nothing happened like that in the book. And just like, that's how it is with everything in the show. And I feel like the main problem that happened was the book writer he had a big part in writing the TV show. And when you're writing a book, you have to say everything because you can't show anything. These are words. You have to paint the picture for people. And that's what the show is. Like, the characters are just like telling you everything. And they're saying what's happening and you're not seeing anything happen. But that's the number rule of TV. You can't say what's happening. You have a TV show. You got to show what's happening.
Jeez.
But hopefully that's something they can improve on. I'm not saying because the Percy Jackson fan base get real. I
mean, the movies was always. I only watched the movies, and the movies was fire. But
yeah, but don't let real Percy Jackson fans hear you say that, because they might dox you. Yeah. They might kidnap your whole family.
You're a fake fan.
No, the Percy Jackson fan base is. That's why I'm trying not to really go heavy on the show. And it's no hate to the actors either. That's no hate to the actors either. I think the actors are pretty good, because that was one of the main things that people had a problem with, was the actors and like it not being accurate to the source material, blah, 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 blah. If the character's race or their ethnicity has no bound on their character, it has nothing to do with their character, then I don't care about it being changed.
Right.
But like when people be like, make Ryan Gosling Black Panther, like, no, Black Panther, a big part of his character is him being a black guy. That's why you can't change his race.
Yeah.
But also Hollywood. When you're making these beloved white characters black or Hispanic or anything, and when you're making them not white, please stop making the characters worse. Like, because Anabeth in the TV show, once again, I think Leah Jeffries is a great actor. The girl that plays Anabeth, I think she's a great actor. And if you look at the interviews that the cast do together, they have a really good chemistry, but in the show they have almost none. But Anabeth in the show is like, she's like literally like a very watered down version of her character, and it really has no character. She's kind of just there. She's just attitudey. She's just a teenage girl. She doesn't really have no depth as a character. So when Hollywood, when you do that, please, because people are already mad that they black now. Why are you making these beloved characters worse when you adapt them?
Gosh.
So when you adapt in these characters, these beloved white characters, and you change in their race, you change in their ethnicity, stop ruining the characters, because the actors already got it bad enough.
So are you taking live action Avatar, or are you taking Percy Jackson TV show?
I didn't watch the live action TV show just because I do not think that, for Avatar, I should say, that I don't think, bro, stop doing live action everything, bro. Especially Percy Jackson. Speaking of, since Avatar is a beloved cartoon, I feel like Percy Jackson would have been something you should have did as a cartoon.
Yeah.
To be honest. But we'll get to that. But as far as that, I'll probably take the Avatar show because I've heard more good things about that. But I think both the shows have the exact same problems, is they just have characters just saying a bunch of stuff. And then, yeah, like the characters are watered down. Like I heard Katara was extremely watered down, just how Anabeth is. Actually, I'll just put them on the same tier. I can't pick one over the other, especially because I haven't watched the Avatar live action.
Yeah.
But, I mean, you know you're messing it up, even though the TV show is extremely accurate to the source material in a way, but at the same time, it's not. It's weird.
Right.
Like, it's weird. But you know you're messing up when the movie, because Rick Riordan, he's come out so many times and he's talked about how bad the movies were. He's got people saying, maybe these movies weren't so bad.
Nah.
You know, I really love these movies. Don't get me wrong. The movies aren't great. And I love the movies. I can't lie to you. The second one, low-key trash. But the first movie, if the movies was called Peter Johnson, Percy Jackson fans gonna get that one. If the Percy Jackson movies was called Peter Johnson and it had no ties to Percy Jackson, the movies would have did pretty good. But it's just the fact that the movies are so inaccurate compared to the source material is why they did bad. But no, as far as the plot twist and fun that the books have, the movies capture that perfectly. But it's just the fact that it like none of it's accurate to what happened in the book. That's what makes the movie so bad. But like Logan Lerman, he did a great job as Percy and that's another problem from the TV show, bro. The Percy in that show, he's not really witty. He's not really and that's a big part of his character in the book is he figures things out as things go on. Like he learns more and more. He becomes better over time. Like in the TV show, Percy just knows everything. He just knows every single thing.
They don't show you how. No,
like he's just bro. They'll meet a villain, bro. They'll meet a villain in the TV show, bro. Be like, I know who you are. No, they won't even like speak to him at all. Like they'll say like one word to him. In the book, like they say a few things to him, and it's real weird. Like it's like you get the eerie feeling like that something's about to happen. Because I was reading it with my little sister. We was rebrushing up on the books, and she's like, oh no, what's about to happen? And the TV show, you're just sitting there like. You ain't worried about nothing, bro. You ain't worried about nothing happening. You ain't worried about nobody. No, you don't think there's never any sense of danger. There's never any sense of panic or anything like that. It's just like, Percy knows what's happening. He knows how to beat the villain. And one of the things I see people say is like, bro, this is a kid show. But like, bro, when you talk about the stuff that the books implore and like explore, Greek mythology is not for children.
I mean, but I wouldn't even say that.
And even so, like, and when they talk about like a dumbing down of the characters, like saying a lot more than they're doing, bro, children aren't imbeciles. Let's be real. You do not have to say everything for a kid to understand what's happening in the TV show. I understand maybe turning down like the gore because there are like a lot of decapitations and that type of stuff in the book and that type of stuff. And like you go to, but still like, you can do stuff like when they swing a sword or something, you can just cut the camera and you can only hear the swords like slink. Yeah. That type of stuff. But it's like not an excuse. That's a lazy excuse. You feel what I'm saying?
Yeah, like you've seen shows where, especially like older cartoons and like shows like that, like we keep going back to Avatar, but Avatar was so good at what it did. But like Avatar was literally on Nickelodeon, but bro, I just rewatched all of Avatar. It's a timeless show. I'm 19.
It's a timeless show. And like, bro, I think I forget what Mark Hamill said when they asked him to voice Ozai. I think that was one of the main things that he brought up was that like even though it was a kid show, like they didn't treat the kids like idiots. Right. Like they wrote a TV show that yes, kids can watch it and they can understand it, but at the same time, you're not coddling them like, hey, this is how you understand this. And that's what makes the show so watchable for generation to generation and just that.
Yeah, man. Like shows like. Bro, just when you think about it, it's like older shows and older cartoons like Adventure Time, bro. Yeah. Adventure Time has so much more meaning, especially towards the end of its run and seasons.
And like, even if the kids don't understand it,
Gravity Falls.
Yeah, even if the kids don't understand it now, the fact that the show was so good for them as kids, they'll rewatch it again as your adults. And also another thing is the show should have never even been for kids in the first place when you think about it, because these books came out in 2005, bro. Mm-hmm. So if you're trying to maximize your profit, maximize your audience in general, you're not going to make this show for little children because all the people that read these books, they're either our age, they're like 20 years old, or they're 25. Some people are in their 30s and 40s that are going to watch the show.
I watched Percy Jackson with my uncle for the first time, and he's like 40 now. Like, bro, he's not about to watch a kid's show.
Yeah,
just because.
And that's bro, come on now. And it's like, I understand, like, and if you want to make this show, because it might have been Disney too. I can't fully put that on like Rick Riordan or the show writers or anything that made it so geared towards children. That might have been like studio interference. That might have been Disney that made it. But man, take it to Amazon Prime then. Amazon Prime, they gonna get you right. Yeah, Amazon Prime killing it. They killing it. But yeah, I don't understand that excuse talking about it's for children. Like, bro, the audience is not kids. No matter what way you trying to spin it. Maybe you'll get some kids to watch it, but your audience, the people that really care about Percy Jackson, they're all probably over 18 at this point.
Right. Yeah, no. I see what you're saying, but They gotta do better. What else?
Nah, they got it. They got to get right, bruh.